really busy coffee bar in a cancer hospital, and he trained his staff to just to stop and think at the start of the day about the potential customers that were coming in for a coffee. They were, particularly the visitors, they were probably visiting a relative who's very unwell. They were probably in a state of some emotional turmoil, quite upset. And so by teaching the staff to actually understand the fact that maybe they're being rude because their minds are elsewhere and they still want to get a cup of coffee, it changed the whole perception of how that member of staff dealt with this person who was maybe a little bit emotional. And as a result of that then, it's made for a much better experience for that customer. And again, it's all about creating the desire, creating the experience, and creating an individual experience that hooks and addicts your customer to a fantastic product. So it all ties in, and they're all interdependent. And I think that, you know, some of the things that we work with is just using very practical examples that can work on a day-to-day basis like that.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, we've got a lot more points in the report, and we've got all sorts of video of us explaining them in more detail too. But the point is, really, it's from those 2 or 3 things, if you can try and start to imagine yourself in customers' shoes, but create this proper image of who they are and what they want. Because it varies during the day is the other thing. You have a different customer. That sort of representation at 7:30 in the morning, that guy's having a different conversation in his mind to what the mummy is who's coming in at sort of 11:30 with the kids. They all have different wants. So you may need to create several different ones, but most of them want the same thing. They want cleanliness. They want, they want good food. They want clarity. They don't want to be made stupid. They want value. They want, clean toilets. This is what we want whenever we go to these places. We don't want to be standing there thinking, is this table service, or, are they going to deal with me at the counter, or which of the stupid name drinks, what size are those? All of those things. So if you keep forcing yourself several times a day to look from that customer's eyes, you end up with something incredibly powerful, not just in terms of how you tweak and amend your flows in the business and your, the basic model that you're working from, the menu, the pricing, but also how you ensure that your staff think the same way. Because staff just work on this sort of a constant during the day and very often don't grasp that these things will shift and flow during the day, and people have slightly different priorities as they move through.
Yeah, and I think that one of the things from the report on the site that we put together is it's lots of experience and practical things that have worked and haven't worked from conversations and chats with lots of different people in the business. And I think that the modelling aspect of that is very, very useful, because you're getting something that has maybe worked brilliantly for Darren perhaps in Coleraine, because we were chatting about it, and you can implement these great ideas. They're very simple, and it's as difficult and as easy as that.
So the point is basically, you want to get a card, we've got the web address on that, but it's at freecoffeeboys.com. So has anybody any questions about our inevitable pearls of wisdom, or do you just want to go to the loo?